the pick ban process, as Targon is first on the board here, playing blue side into the Demacian Justice on the red side. It looks like Aurora is going to be the first ban. And after Lowell's brilliant solo kill, making it into the top 5 plays of the week, I don't blame him. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yep, I think Lowell is definitely he favors Aurora a lot lately. It's become his favorite pick. Originally known as an Anivia player when he joined the LCC, slowly moving over to Ahri, but now definitely favors Aurora. And the Malphite ban coming out against TJ, but perhaps not quite locked in. Pantheon Ezreal coming over, so definitely some respect there. Not going to give Crispy his favorite pick, but I think we're going to need to see a plan out of the bot lane to handle him and make sure that they can't get too free. Malphite will be locked in, and the first pick over to Targon Titans, Ahri. So, as I mentioned, Ahri definitely in the top 3 for Simon. Lowell favors the Foxfire, and if we see this locked in, I think we may see an early first 3 pick for the mid laner for DMJ, since they already know the mid lane.
Yeah, I do think like leaving up Ahri into Targon. We saw week 1 he didn't have a great performance on Vex. Week 2 he was able to get his Ahri. He had a fantastic week. Leaving it up here again, and we'll see if Lowell is able to handle it. It looks like they have some ideas here. We could be cooking.
Yeah, Mel is a character who's seen a lot of controversy since her release, and recently has not had the stats in the mid lane to really back up the amount of hate that she gets. But dang, does she sometimes just do tons of damage, and I don't really feel like she earned it. And also, I still can't, like, when I get a skill shot reflected at me, and that skill shot is not dodgeable, that's insane. I don't understand how that's supposed to be cool.
Yes,
it should...
I mean,
does it home? People have been telling me it homes on you, and that's insane.
I'm not. I mean, it's directed back at you. You can flash it or something. It's not homing.
It's flash, but like I'm walking. No, we're not going to get into it. I'm just going to start ranting. It's not the time for a rant. It's time for the draft.
I do think the charm is a pretty tight window, right? So we'll have to see if able, I have to see if they're
I think
able
it's
to
going to be difficult to
off.
pick up solo kills in the mid lane for Ahri. Oh, I said the wrong name. I said that this Ahri was for Lowell, didn't I? It's the wrong team.
Yeah, well, but we don't know if this Mel could be support. It's Clone says not surprised. I'm not necessarily surprised either, but it is our LCC first Mel pick, so that's exciting. The Wukong here selected for I'm gonna assume Boxy. It could be top. As we see Udyr and Cho'Gath locked in for Targon. Now, I do know that this is going to be a TJ Cho'Gath, and this will be an Aztec Udyr, jungle Udyr. So,
I haven't seen it in a while, but he is known for this pick. It's not Skarner.
Gwen is the answer.
Gwen, there's the Gwen. Gwen is scary, dude. And it's like, I don't think Cho'Gath likes the Gwen lane either. Gwen, they've really empowered her ability to run you down the lane. Here's the Zeri Bam, so I think I'm expecting to see 2 bot lanes here. I mean, the bot lane's the only thing left, but perhaps a Zeri Yumi, or like Zeri and another Enchanter, or just 2 AD carries. Braum banned out for Chestnut. That makes sense. Yeah, Gwen's ability to run you down the lane is terrifying now. They, I think, pretty much cut the cooldown in half if you're hitting your Qs. But Bell picking up Gwen, as you mentioned, Clone, he's not really known for Gwen. I don't think did we pick it on the stage last season?
Yeah, you played it
last
year.
We played it, but it is not one of his most practiced picks. But I would assume he's been practicing it, or at least since last night. He decided this is an OP pick. We need to take it.
I do think,
much respect to him.
I do think there are definitely some different angles that they could go here. They could hypothetically move things around.
Yeah, but I mean, hypothetically, but I think the champ pools aren't going to let that happen.
Yeah, well, I don't know where this Mel is going to go. I think this could be a support. It could be an APC. I don't think Ahri is a great matchup for Mel. I think Mel has better matchups, but Nautilus hovered and selected here.
Now, what do we say about Chestnut?
Well, typically he doesn't miss. So he's got a with the Nautilus, he's definitely got a way to get in and start these team fights. I think Nautilus Wukong is a great kind of engage factor, and Gwen
John
and
a
Mel.
great disengage factor though. So we have John and Smolder come through for Targon Titans, giving us their full lineup, and now 5th pick's a DMJ, gonna last pick AD carry for Inferno. Jin is on the table, but there's a Cho'Gath Udyr, and Jin doesn't love playing into either of those.
I do think Gwen is going to be able to handle the Cho'Gath.
Kaisa.
Just a hover, but definitely dive. Definitely will give him the ability to get in there where the Wukong is. So I think that Nautilus Wukong is going to control the pace of this game. Well, really exciting to get to see the Mel matchup. See what she ends up reflecting back.
Out instead of the teleport ignite or ghost ignite option. So going for a little bit of a safer team play summoner spells instead of going for a guaranteed push for advantage. Electrocute Ari, we've got Grasp Cho'Gath, Fleet Footwork on Smolder, makes sense. I think we're looking for.
Are you
frozen?
Are you gonna pause as well?
I have.
Okay.
Bot lane, notable difference is that Chestnut has Ignite, and on the opposite side we have a Barrier Heal. So I think we're going to be looking to see that Ignite come out either immediately to push them low and get prio, or later on after they've popped the summoners to try to get that little bit of extra damage for a kill. Tell me which team you think is going to go for. Ooh, we got some dance competition in the mid lane.
Really quick. I'm gonna give you some ASMR. Okay. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. All right.
Crack a cold one.
That was Dr. Pepper right there.
We got lots of dancing coming out. Tell me which team do you think is going to try to favor the first objective?
Well, Minty's walking in here. I mean, Boxy. Surely Boxy sees this, right?
Yeah. TJ
didn't actually touch the bush. Oh, a double stun is
going to land. What a snare.
Nice rupture there. The stun through Aztec actually doesn't connect with the stun.
Chestnut is here, but we'll walk away.
So the Demacian Justice clearly coming out on top in a very favorable matchup. Very favorable turn of events there.
Yeah, Minty starting the lane almost half HP. But he'd be able to heal up if he just makes sure that he doesn't take too much poke out of Mel. Not too difficult after they've changed the way that she works. And we've seen that Mel took E level 1. I have no idea what Mel's abilities are called. Solar Snare. Yeah, which team do you think is going to try to focus the first spawn of Void Grubs versus try to go for the Dragon trade? If we see both teams wanting to favor it, we can expect to see a team fight up there, but it's common enough to see just an agreed-upon trade for top versus bot side of the map.
I think Demacia is going to have their pick of the litter here. It's wherever Chestnut roams to. If they leave the Nautilus bot side, we'll see them be able to secure this...
Level 2 on Inferno.
Oh, a nice hook that was through... Yeah, and a Respect Flash from Regan in there. So Chestnut with a nice hook through the Jana Tornado there. Actually canceled that out.
Great buffer.
Look at
trying
this
to hold the pre-trade mid, but yeah, unfortunately can't really afford to do that this early on. Gonna take some more poke down to, now missing both of his potions. Does have teleport available on both sides.
Another
nice
hook lands.
Chestnut.
This one onto a Reganon again. The W is going to go straight into that melee minion as the auto comes out. Crispy trying to find some damage back. And these little trades for Smolder are actually fairly Smolder favored. If you can go even in a trade on Smolder, it means that you get stacks. So it's, as long as they don't die, they're going to be happy to do it. And there's the first reflect of the match as it is on the REQ. So he sends that Q right back, says, nope, I don't want it.
Thank goodness they put some more mana cost on that ability. It was insane. Minty definitely feeling the pain from that level 1.
Yeah,
already down his pot and
100% a solo kill angle in both of these lanes as the Justice are looking to press out the Targon Titans here. Another bit of damage as another Comet will land. Minty is down to about 180 HP at the moment as Bell is looking to go topside as well. So both solo lanes for Targon starting to bleed. We see a root come through. Lowell's looking for it, and that's a first blood and a solo bolo for the Demacia Justice.
First pick, now first blood. Lowell laying down the law on the mid lane. As we look for TJ to pick up a solo bolo into Ballistic, manages to convince him that diving is a safe idea and comes out just barely in that 1v1 on the top side.
You know what they say, if you're coming for the ring, you best not miss. And
Where's
TJ makes
Lowell
him pay.
watching
With
this rotation up here? Lowell gonna
well-timed
flash
rupture.
over the wall, find the kill. 2
Nice,
kills now for
nice
the Mel.
collect there. Good teamwork, right? Bell called that out, how low they were. Lowell on the big roam. This is going to give Ari time to try and stabilize the lane. I'm not sure she'll get a full thing back, but Aztec is here bot side. The flash out from Chestnut. Inferno, barriers, but not enough time to flash, and it will be a collected kill. So it's 2-2 in kills here, and this means that Targon is now somewhat equalized in in the lanes. In the laning phase, and these the feats. What are they called? The feats of warfare. The kills
Right? This time.
could go to anybody at this point. 2-2 here. Let's look this play
Little
mid.
mid from Chestnut.
What,
The hook.
dude? I mean, you know what he doesn't do. He doesn't miss.
doesn't.
He lands a huge hook on the early roam there, and
Yeah.
Minty is going to be
Vision
forced
play.
out of lane. There's no teleport here, so this should secure multiple plays for his mid laner. Great gank coming out of Chestnut.
Yeah, Lowell able to teleport back to the mid lane after roaming top, and we have 3 now surrounding Lowell in the mid lane. Minty not yet ticked over to 6, but has a
Yeah.
little bit of HP to play with. Aztec will now dive in alone onto Simon, try to
Yeah,
get some damage.
he's level 4. He does get nice damage down, so that is good value out of that gank to try and buy space. And Lowell will take about half of his HP from that level 4 Udyr. So yeah, that's where you can kind of see, the Udyr damage into an immobile mage like a Mel could be, later on in the game that could be enough.
Yeah, I think that damage is going to really stick, and Mel doesn't have a way to deal with an Udyr ultimate. Of course, let's check on his build. Got a Phage first, so I don't expect we're going to see a full AP Udyr build. Would be unusual out of Aztec, as the first spawn of grubs are up. Pink ward on already placed for DMJ. Boxy walking in. Aztec is in this quadrant, clearing his wolves, so we could see an immediate roam over to check out these grubs. But first one already half health.
Yeah, he had to spend so much time covering mid. Minty with a really nice Q there to try and soften up Lowell. Lowell does have the level 6 here, Minty does not. And so the junglers are going to start this fight. Boxy jumps out on the back. And Aztec really doesn't want this fight, so they are just going to back off at the end of that. Minty hitting level 6 here. Honestly, this is probably a kill advantage. There's no stun here on the Mel. So we'll have to see if he's able to find something. Maybe a little bit afraid based on how it's gone. And TJ is going to walk down here. So he's going to check Boxy. That's a smite going down.
We'll find a second grub off that play. Aztec able to delay it heavily. And they should be able to secure this with a feast, and TJ picks up his first feast stack of the game. Going to be happy with that. Minty and TJ were pushed in so heavily, and Aztec gets into the grubs, manages to delay the whole thing, and they manage to get one. I think that's a really nice play out of Aztec to stall that so much.
Let's check, only 39 stacks so far onto Smolder. So we do have the level 2. Nice hook here from Chestnut. Dude, he just... It's a self-fulfilling.
Let's say it again.
A self-fulfilling prophecy, but he really doesn't miss. It's insane how he keeps landing.
Watching the top side of the map as Aztec looks for a gank mid. He was on vision. Simon should know this is coming. Spear Rush will come out.
This is an exciting gank here. They're going to charm the CC really well, and yeah, great play. And that is the first part of feat secured here for the Targon Titans. We saw them do it last week with the Ahri and the Pantheon. They do it this week again with the Ahri and the Udyr. This is a mid jungle that is clearly on the same page. Great play out of the Targon Titans, and they're going to push it into the first dragon of the match.
Yeah, I think that play, Aztec is really influencing this game between holding off the grubs so that his team could manage to have a bit of a reprieve, and now giving an extra reprieve to Minty, finding a kill for him and taking the dragon. Huge plays out of the jungler for Targon.
I liked Inferno's attempt to steal there with the Kaisa W.
Always worth a try, right?
That was cute, for sure. It looks like we're about to hit ultimates on everybody. Reganin and Chestnut still level 5, but ultimates will be coming up. Junglers have ulti and everything. Obviously a little bit less impactful on Udyr, but I definitely want to see what this first Cyclone is invested into on the side of Demacia, and where Boxy decides to go. We haven't seen a gank yet coming out of this Wukong.
Yeah. I'm guaranteeing that all the tornadoes from Regan are going to go towards Peel. I'm looking at the blue side vision in the bot side of the map, and it's pretty difficult to get a gank in there unless you walk all the way down the lane behind.
Yeah,
And I think Crispy's going to be feeling nice and cozy down there. Still all summoner spells available for both bot laners. I think it's going to be quite difficult to find a kill on this scaling Smolder.
they definitely do have vision here, and Boxy's going to look for a lane gank. So if we go back to blue vision, he will skirt around the vision
What I was
of
talking about. You had to
the
look for
Targon
this.
Titan. So we'll have to see.
Perfect, but Aztec is here.
Oh, and the hook is just going to miss. He's going to flash in anyways, get the ultimate down. Aztec is here in a gorgeous timing. A great double knockup, and the mob will come through. Chestnut is on the first Cyclone, but it's not going to be enough. And Chestnut will drop secondary stun onto Inferno as the barrier comes out, the flash out. But can Aztec, Crispy, and Oregano make it count? They pick up another.
They need to disengage here. Do
one,
not want to get
one for one
to
takedown. Flash forward from Crispy, barrier out, the Q again, and it's a double kill coming out of Crispy as the Demacia Justice get greedy on a slight overstay. That would have been a 1-for-1, but at the end of the day, Crispy finds the angle, uses both of his summoners, and makes it count when it, yeah. It makes it count.
What I would have said is a phenomenal gank from Boxy, managing to evade literally all the vision that's set up. This is the only available path to him, and he successfully navigates his way in here. But Aztec immediately is standing ready for the counter gank with no vision to speak of, unless I missed where he might have walked through. He could have gone through the Tri-Brush, but I thought he walked all the way down the lane.
Aztec on another gank topside as he will get the stun onto Bell. There's no ultimate here, and so TJ is going to walk up and feast him, eat him alive. And Targon is starting to look more and more composed here in these mid to late game team fights. 11 minutes in, we're definitely not in the late game. So definitely in these mid game team fights, they are looking so synergistic, like they have a clear identity on what they want to do.
We're coming out of TJ after his reset. He doesn't have a lot of damage, but he's got a lot of health and move speed.
Definitely no feast here though, so they've got the ultimate advantage. I think Demacia could take this fight.
DMJ knows there's only 3. Boxy's over the wall looking for a steal. He picks one up.
He got one. Only one though. The charm will land. He's stunned into it, and they really just burst him down. He doesn't have any defensive stats at this point. So once that charm landed, great charm from Minty, they're able to capitalize. Checking in on Crispy, up to 86 stacks already at 11:40 in the game here. Chestnut with another hook.
So
he's committing quite a bit here. Ultimate is out. That's flash from Oregano, and Crispy is on the roam first.
Crispy's here with double buffs and Mom available. I don't think they're going to find this, especially with the Howling Gale in Oregano's pocket. But I like the energy. It feels... How do you feel about Boxy going over the wall for the steal? He picks one up, and that does deny the objective take for the feats. Feats yet to be secured by either team. We've got a teleport coming back out mid for the well. How do you feel about that play?
I think it could have been an angle if his team had hard committed into the 4v4 at the end. It was
a 3v3.
They had 4.
Only maybe at the very last moment.
But
Bell was walking out of base for most of that standoff, and Inferno was fully in the bot side.
Yeah, I mean, Crispy and Inferno definitely weren't going to show up, right? So I think it was like, is it okay angle? Especially, I'm probably a little bit more support coded, and I know that Nautilus is only going to fall off from this point. He's literally only going to get...
Minty caught out in the mid lane.
Look at this play, though. Oh my gosh!
Oh man! That's that early advantage that Lowell's managed to build for himself. I think that Mel is kind of a snowballing champion.
That was crazy.
Picking up his first item, that was a lot of damage. How much was that?
He reflected, but he didn't reflect anything, and he still had enough damage to just straight up one single rotation, kill.
That's the cool thing about it. You don't even have to block stuff to kill people.
Another hook, but a gorgeous triple tornado coming out of Oregano. Inferno dives in, but he will go down on the relentless. Oh my god, what is going on?
Hook connects again on
Things
Crispy.
are falling apart here.
Over the
this is a
backside.
triple kill for Aztec. Udyr is loving this team fight.
Minty flank. Shield is now down, but will flash out the charm. Nice play out of Lowell. He should be able to escape here. Minty with the spear brush over the wall. Gonna miss the second one. Knocked out of it midair by the dragon.
If Lowell can space this out, I do believe that Lowell can just win this team fight. Crispy, again, looking
They do
for
have
some
vision in
damage
this
here.
bush, so there's a little bit of room to play with. Mom on cooldown. All ultis on cooldown now for Targon. Udyr doesn't have his available now if they would like to push forward, but I think they're just trying to secure this dragon, and they will. Second dragon now over to Targon Titans,
Yeah.
and they're scaling team comp. I think they're going to be looking for that Dragon Soul win condition. They want both elders, I think.
And I will say, because of the Boxy sacrifice on the on the Void Grubs, this isn't feats of strength yet. So
Yeah.
still buying themselves some time. They do need to find ways to play with Lowell at this point. He is pretty strong, and any fight that he's there, they've got a chance at winning. But I don't think they're going to be winning fights without Lowell at this point.
Yeah, I'm wanting to see Chestnut try to set up some aggressive vision for themselves in the bot side. They need to make sure they do not get caught out by Aztec, because if he gets on top of them, it's game over in the bot lane. As I say that, he's coming through the tri lane. Slow's coming out from Regnant. Inferno locked down.
Yeah,
Flash
it's a
forward.
flash out just to commit to it. It is going to be flash barrier. They might be able to get him out, but not quite. As Chestnut and Boxy now, they probably don't have the damage to chase this down. And Reganim will just ult Monsoon just to ensure it. And so that is Inferno's fourth, death here of the match so far.
Yep, I think all eyes should be on Aztec now. He's had a very strong early game, and going into the mid game, he's 5-1-6. So a very powerful Udyr sitting on his Trinity Force. He's got that move speed. This is a move speed patch, and I think he's going to be a very scary little bear. Or sorry, I guess he's not even a bear anymore. He's going to be a terrifying ram. It's bear stance forever. I'm sorry.
Champion.
I'm never going to ram stance.
He's definitely a champion. Look at that. Chestnut with a nice find here, and he is with Lowell this time. And so this should be enough damage. He's holding on to the ultimate, though. And that is the first ultimate down. A root here onto Crispy, followed up by a secondary root. Lowell is bursted, and it's just not quite enough damage to get through both of them. So it's a 1-for-1, but I mean, I think if you're Targon, you're happy. And Minty here gladly collects another kill. He's got Spirit Rush, so he's still going to be looking for an angle here onto Inferno. At the end, we'll just let it subside. Happy with the one additional. 14-6 in kills here. Targon Titans,
Aztec on the top side of the map is currently outnumbered, but Vision just now going down onto him, and I think they're just going to let him have this Herald, so a good timing fight. Actually, Boxy over the wall. Yet again, he does not like giving up these objectives. 1600 on the objective.
Yeah, Bella's on the roam, Inferno's on the roam, but so is Minty. Something we need to watch out here. The Charm is going to land onto Boxy. Boxy is the priority, as both junglers will go down. Minty forced to flash out, but Inferno dives in. The W follow-up will miss, and Oreganon is able to shield and protect his mid. So it's a 1-for-1, both junglers going down, but the objective did go over to the Targon Titans, and that will be feats of strength for Targon in the match.
Yep, objective taken. Well done from Aztec to secure that. Smite came down. I think it was 23 HP approximately, and then finished off by the Udyr. I don't think a Smite came through. I think it might have just been his AoE. Of course, I could have missed it. But giving over the Udyr bonus bounty, 350 gold, so I think that should be 650 gold total over to the killer. So who was that? Went over to Kaisa on Inferno. So going to be very happy to have that gold concentrated onto Kaisa.
Definitely a big kill there. Now, I will say one thing that I think is important is that Targon could be, with the lead that they have amassed, they could be a little bit cleaner. But with the team comp that the Justice have, it's always going to be
fighting this out 1v2 in the top side, but he's dropping lower and lower, and they're not losing any HP. He's going to be forced to chase out.
Oh, the Rupture just misses, but a nice collect there.
The heal.
Where's the? Oh, there's no feast. Boxy's here just at the end of it. Oreganon, his abilities on cooldown. The Rupture will miss. The follow-up. This is such a slow trip. Okay.
Yeah, Bell managed to find a lot of healing late in that fight. He had the Conqueror full stacks. He gets the full stacked snip, but not able to survive. The Howling, the Monsoon backwards from Oreganon, looking for an insect to try to make sure he doesn't get away. It's a good pickup from them, and don't give anything up on the backside of the fight. Let's check in. We're about 19 minutes in. Let's check in on the lane by lane, the gold totals we have here.
Yep.
Roughly 1,000 gold advantage in the top side for TJ after it felt like a rough start. Maybe rough start's not the word for it. No prio start as he tries to force down the top tower. Gonna find himself half HP, and Bell is on the chase. Ghost not available.
This has to be Bell's chance. He has to pick up this kill here. A little dash forward there. A beautifully timed rupture. He is going to get out of this. And that was really Bell's best chance at finding a way back into this game. Aztec is going to be here. TJ stepped up, made it possibility again, but another secondary rupture, and that will be kill secured. Really, at 0, 3, and 1 at 19 minutes, I like the angle. Aztec, TJ able to outplay him with back-to-back ruptures that land, and Aztec is there to cover and pick up the kill in addition.
Great bait. Just managed to pull him in deeper and deeper, and then Bell, perhaps a little tilted, decides to engage onto Aztec, or maybe he feels like he can't run away either way. TJ teleporting in, now in the front lines, has his boost of swiftness, wants to push forward. This is a 5v4 advantage for sorry, not hospitalized. That's the wrong pick. Targon.
I mean, Demacia cannot contest this, to be honest, and especially with Cho'Gath just standing in front of him. Really nothing that they can do here. Honestly, TJ showing us why he's a champion, right? He didn't have a great lane phase. He was getting pushed in by the Gwen in a counter pick, and what did he do? He found the essential ruptures, found the kills, and made it, turn it around. He's sitting here 3-1 and 2 on his return game in the LCC. So
that's right.
I mean, that's what champions do, right? Champions win. It's not flashy, but he's getting the job done, right? He's getting on base. So
yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. Aztec with an aggressive flash forward onto Lowell in the bot lane. Not sure he need to invest flash, but he is going to pick up this kill. I have to be almost certain, as Lowell will fall.
Be 8th kill. I mean,
and he's primed to push deep in this side lane. Targon pushing deep on mid lane on Inferno. He dropped to half HP. Barrier coming out. Hook will land.
Yeah, but he really can't go in here. Chestnut needs to just buy space. And Minty is going to invest ult. Unfortunately, flashes in a straight line there, able to get picked up. Inferno's trying to buy space, but he just steps up just too far right as his support dies. Look at that secondary charm. Beautiful charm. And the minions! The minions!
How has Crispy managed to have double buffs like 50% of this game at least? It's kind of crazy. He managed to keep finding those kills. And another tower drops in the bot side. Aztec picking up the side lane push after solo Bolo onto Lowell.
Huge swing.
40,000
power here. Yeah.
For Targon Titans compared to the 32 for the Demacia Justice. 21-7 on the scoreboard.
189 stacks for the Smolder, so not even at that 225 yet. So he's still going to get stronger. Still going to be more of a problem. If I'm honest, I think now is the time where we can kind of start just singing the praises of the Targon Titans, right? I don't want to jinx anything.
The next one to watch out for really is going to be either the Otacon fight topside, or when do we have the next dragon coming up?
Oh yeah, it looks like dragon's going to be up in about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, if I can read this correctly. So yeah,
that'll be the soul.
They can't contest this.
No, not really. It'd be quite dangerous.
There should be another feast going over to the Cho'Gath as well. He's only going to get stronger. It does look like Demacia at least is acknowledging this, so they're going to get bot tower and mid tower here, which is very... This is a nice counterplay. So good awareness from them that they cannot contest this.
I like this adaptation from them. We saw them overstay on some objectives earlier. It's a common problem for teams to you just stand around and watch the play happen while you can't do anything about it. So I'd love to see them going out, pushing. They take the mid lane, they push in bot side. I think Bell could even look for another wave, but he would run into Minty fresh off of his 2-item power spike. So gonna be happy to avoid that. Let's check in on Crispy. 198 stacks at 23 minutes. So this is not a rapid fire pace stacks as far as I understand it, but it is pretty happy to be sitting there at this point in the game. And he's 5-0-7. I think there's no complaints from anybody on the Targon side, except maybe Minty in the early game.
Look at this.
And now Lowell's definitely gonna have words to say.
Although they do have numbers here, so unless they're able to actually burn somebody down, Lowell is chunked down pretty low, but he's not anywhere near actually dying. Bella's going to be looking here to... Oh, and they call it off. I feel like that could have been a decent angle. They had 5 topside on the side of the Demacian Justice. And Minty is probably going to decide just to go back bot and continue to siege bot.
I think they could have looked for engage from Boxy with the Cyclone and following up with the relentless the killer instinct out of Kaisa to dive deep and perhaps look for that kill on a Crispy. But I think they're afraid that one more botched play is going to cost them the game. So I think they're just trying to make the right choice on which battle to take.
Yep. At this point, they need to seriously outplay or find a way to make
Especially with this fourth blue buff of the game. I'm jealous. Pushing deep. The vision is set up here for Targon. They were spotted. Aztec seen moving into the jungle, and Chestnut now going to take a chance to clear out these wards. Not going to be a fan of this deep ward. It takes him a little bit longer to clear them. But
yeah, I mean,
spotted in the Triburst.
Minty might be able to find something. It's going to be ultimate out. Bell and Boxy are going to go in, but the follow poke does miss, and Boxy instantly down. It's a teleport in from the wall, but now his team is already losing this fight. Inferno has to Killer Instinct to the other side of the wall just to get out, and so this is 1 down already. Their jungler down. And
the call is go for this Elder. They have the Cho'Gath, they have their Smite. It should be guaranteed.
It's not Elder, it's just Soul. It's just Soul, luckily. But it's still, I mean, I think this is going to be Soul here. Reflected the Tornado. Tornado does miss, though, because Janna's so quick. Lowell has to flash out. Crispy is looking, this is his moment to try and run this game over. And that's another kill, 7, 0, and 7 on the Smolder at this point.
Power here, Chestnut.
Chestnut flashes out, but that's a flash follow, and it's a double kill. As Oregonin flash follows and hits that tornado knockup. So, yeah, at this point,
I think Targon has successfully activated their win condition they were looking for. They've got 234 stacks on the Smolder. They have his Elder Dragon online. They've got their Cloud Soul. They've got the 2 move speed champions at this point. Cho'Gath, a bit of a move speed character in the current patch, and then they're going to be very happy and looking to close this game out.
Inferno so close to burning down and dying there after just a couple of spells hit him. These Qs are absolutely wrecking havoc. This Smolder damage is astronomical at this point in the game. To be online with so many kills, so many items so early in the game, it is definitely...
Putting themselves 4v5 inside the enemy base at the moment, but they will walk it back around. Decide to group up before they go for that. Charm lands on the belt. Huge damage.
He will go immune, though, so Gwen does back out of that, but he's not going to go all the way back for... He should reset here, but... As they're in threat of this tower going down, and this is their siege without Baron. So imagine if they get Baron. It looks like they might decide to go and take Baron. We'll see how many
I think their move really needs to be to continue forcing out this vision control and finding picks, because not a very long-range team to look for the push down onto these towers. Of course, I think Rapid Fire Cannon should be coming out third for Crispy here, so that's going to allow him to get some chip damage down onto the towers and the champions, pick up even more stacks as we move into the late game. But difficult to crack that base. It's nice for them that they were managed to push down bot lane so successfully. Boxy over the wall, going to find himself walking the Aztec.
He flashed out for the charm. He is 3 levels down on the jungler, on his opponent, the opponent jungler. Crispy looking here. He is going to land that W proc. TJ flash forward. Rupture is through the charm, or the stun rather, from Mel coming through to try and actually buy some space. So that at the end of the day, that's Cho'Gath flash down. But they will start in on the Baron, and I do think
no
once
vision
Baron
available.
goes down, they'll use it to just be able to siege in and finish the game here. TJ trying to buy space. If I was him, I'd just go grab a free feast stack. But
I think it's about time for him to walk over to pick that up, but not going to do so. Contesting Boxy, going to mark the jungle to be extra safe. And this Baron will go down over to Targon Titans. Yeah, as you mentioned, we have to anticipate this will be the death march
and
for Targon Titans.
Bell is found out here as they're slowly going to just circle the Ballistic 97. And that's another kill for this little dragon that has grown his wings here today. 25 kills for the Targon Titans. A 9,400 gold lead at 28 minutes in. Targon is looking very strong, even with a substitute, Jason. Yeah, looking very strong.
I'm watching for this next fight to try to see a reflected mom. That's what I'm hoping to see. As DMJ move to try to hold their last two.
The Achu is reflected there from Lowell.
Yep, that's not mom, but it is something. Man,
look at these Qs.
Oh,
yeah,
brutal. And this Baroned up minions in the mid lane are not going to make
this
the
Achu into. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
if that hyper-scaling Smolder pick, it's spooky. Crispy's really good at landing that damage from a distance. You do not want him on a hyper-scaling pick if you can help it, and if he is, you need to make sure you have your eyes on him and have a plan to pick him out. So it's going to be very difficult here.
They're not going to look for the triple inhib. They're just going to take the team fight. Chestnut drops. It's already 2 down. Boxy's on the bottom side of the fight. TJ going in, playing forward. That's another kill picked up. Lowell trying to select something as the mom flies over top, and Crispy and Minty will select the clean ace. It's a triple kill for Crispy, and Targon Titans goes up 2-1 in the league. They secure the win. Another game that started out with 2-2 early game was a little like back and forth, and then once they found their stride, they just clean slammed it all the way to